Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of CVTV. My name is Carlos, and I'm here with Dave.
Dave, I'm here.
Hey, we're actually
together.
in the same room. So we decided to do this fun thing because we're here together. So we're like, what do we do to enjoy, have a little fun? And our producer April actually said, what about rapid fire questions? Now that's great because you guys on social media through the support portal are constantly asking questions. So we grabbed every single question that we could think of that you have posted, and we're gonna try to answer.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay. By the way, we're in California.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm in sunny California, so it's a great trip.
Yeah, it was a great trip. What did we do earlier?
Yeah, we're doing some videos and seeing some really nice tanks, and keep a lookout for those videos coming up.
Yeah, we also did a little skiing in here.
Oh, yeah, well, we had to do a little something
Yeah,
on the side.
yeah, on the side. I kind of enjoy it. I know April, our producer, is probably putting pictures of us there skiing. But anyway,
Yep.
let's get to work in here. Okay, so
Oh, let me get my.
we're gonna get. Oh,
Yep.
so we have aquarium basics and setup.
Okay.
All right. So here's the first question: saltwater versus freshwater tanks. Which is harder?
It's up for debate. It depends. Is it fish only? Is it reef? Is it a planted
So what do we?
freshwater?
Okay, so if it's fish only, what do we think?
I think it's easy.
Yeah,
It's
which
probably
one?
freshwater.
Freshwater.
Yeah.
Now, if we were to do plants versus reef tank, what do you think?
Man, that's a tough one because they both could
I think-
require some labor and
I think it depends on
equipment.
the planet tank. You know, if you have a basic planet tank with some plants in there, I think it's still planet tank would be easier. But if you get to that European kind of planted
where
tank,
it's really manicured.
yes, manicured, I think those are,
Yeah.
I mean, I think a reef tank would be easier.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of time with your hands and doing all of that pruning and cutting.
Yeah, I mean, it's talk about a garden within a
Yeah.
little wall.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've seen the Europeans do it, and it is hands down. I think it's much harder. So I think a reef tank it's easier in
Yeah.
that case. Startup cost: is reef more expensive than freshwater?
That one depends too.
You think so?
I don't know. I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, the equipment that the reef tanks has with the lighting and everything, I think personally, I think it's more expensive.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Tank size to start with, large or small?
I think anytime you can go larger, it's easier.
Yes, water is a great buffer, which means that the more water you have, the more buffer you have. So an example, something can go wrong a lot quicker on a 10-gallon tank
Yep.
than a 200-gallon tank. It's just
Absolutely.
slower. So think of water as buffer. Sump or no sump? I get this one all the
Yeah.
time.
It's not essential, but I think it can make your life a lot easier having a sump.
Now, I admit though, when you start, I remember when I started with a 30-gallon tank, and I didn't want to do a sump, so I went with a hang on the back
Yeah.
skimmer. And as I learned and I progressed, and it wasn't that long, but I figured out quickly that a sump just makes your life a lot easier. Plus, you're looking for a tank where everything is beautiful and clean,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be putting stuff inside the tank. So the sump allows you to put a lot of the things that the ugly stuff in there and hide it.
Yeah.
Minimum equipment. So do you want only the basics at first, or do you want to go all in full setup?
I think you could start with only the basics, to get started with, and then grow as your system grows.
Yes, I think so too. I mean, I think buying everything all at once, it may seem like the smart thing to do, but if you're new, you really don't know what you're getting into, and you really don't know what your like is going to be. As you're progressing in your hobby, you may think that, you know what, I don't like sticks, I actually like LPS. Then the equipment changes a little bit. Or you know what, I just don't like corals. I find out they're too hard, so I like fish. Or I really like this fish and I can't have it with corals, but I'm willing to have this fish.
Right.
Then the equipment completely changes.
Yeah.
So I think you should buy as you go, and that way you make the right decision. You don't
Good
spend any
advice.
money.
Yep.
Can a newbie start right on a reef tank, or do you need previous experience?
It would be nice to have previous experience, at least with getting, used to having fish only.
Yes. Yes, and also freshwater. If you have freshwater, it's a great experience, but please be aware that going from freshwater to saltwater, there's a lot of things that are different. There's a lot of things that work perfectly on freshwater, but they do not work on saltwater.
Right.
A lot of concepts, a lot of techniques. So yeah, so I would say just you can, but you got to do your homework.
Yeah.
Tank cycling. Oh my God. We
Yeah.
get those all the time in the support portal, especially when somebody's trying to get a skimmer to work. So what do we think?
Really, it depends on the cycle of the tank, and you're looking for no ammonia
Yes.
before you start adding fish.
So what do you think on average, how long does it take?
Yeah, I guess 2 weeks or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can have chemicals that you can add and speed up the process, but when in doubt, patience.
Yeah.
Patience.
Absolutely.
Patience.
I like those little stick-on ammonia alert things that you can buy. Stick it on the glass, and it'll let you know
Absolutely.
when ammonia is gone, so you can monitor it easy.
Live rock versus dry
Oh
rock.
man, yeah. Look, if you can get live rock, that's the way to go.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Live rock is going to make tank cycling and the tank maturing process. This is a long process, much quicker. I mean, you can go from, I think, with live rock, you can have a mature, thriving tank within a year.
Yeah.
With dry rock, it's going to take
some
more than
time.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you this because personally, I started my latest tank. I started with all dry rock, and it really took about 3 years for the tank to really get going.
Yep.
I'm not talking about cycling, but just chemistry wise, corals were just not there. And after the 3rd year mark, everything took off, and it has to do with the rock.
Yes, I believe you.
Fish first or corals first?
Oh, I think fish.
Yes.
You got to get your fish in, get them acclimated, make sure they're not ridden with disease or pests.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then you can make your way to corals.
Absolutely. This podcast, you can watch it and you can listen to it. We're on Spotify and we're also on YouTube if you want to see our pretty faces here. So please subscribe. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button and then you'll be notified right away when we release a new episode. And we do release episodes almost every week. We try to. All right. Let's talk about water parameters now. Which parameter actually requires testing, ammonia or nitrate?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
We got this question online,
Yeah.
and it's both. When you're starting your tank, you're pretty much testing for ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates.
Yeah.
And the big two that you want to make sure that they're down to 0 is ammonia and nitrites. You have them at 0, then you're kind of good to go. I know your nitrates, people can argue that over 100 it could be poisonous. Yeah, you can do that with water changes, I think, but it's safe to say once your ammonia and your nitrites are down, then you do that. Now, please don't go and add 20 fish all at once. No,
Yeah, that's
no.
a recipe for disaster.
That's a recipe for disaster because it all has to do with bacteria. And when you add fish, the fish produces waste. And then that waste feeds the bacteria, and the bacteria reproduces until it gets to a point of balance. You add another fish, then you give more food, and the bacteria continues to grow. So you have to do gradually, allow the bacteria to catch up to the bioload.
Yeah.
Okay. Testing frequency. Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly?
I'd say weekly.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say weekly.
I think so. I test once a month, but I think it has to do with the maturity of the tank.
Yeah.
So when your tank is new, your parameters are swinging, so you got to test.
Yeah.
As your tank matures, you'll notice that things are starting to stabilize, so you're not going to be testing as often.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do test. I think the 3 ones that we do measure if you're keeping a reef tank is alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium.
Yeah.
Calcium around 400 to 450, somewhere in there. And then magnesium somewhere between 1300 and 1450. I think that would be a good number. I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to alkalinity, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Okay, because you hear online and people will say, "Oh, you keep it at 7." the KH. Some people will keep it at 9, and some people will keep
10.
it at 11,
Yeah.
sometime like that, depending on what you're
Yeah.
doing. Now, the ocean.
Ocean
Usually-
7.
Ocean is around 7. On average, is about 7. So what do you keep your tank at?
I'm trying to shoot for 7.
Yeah, me too. 7. 7. So at the end of the day, for alkalinity, is just pick one and stick with it. Don't go from 7 to 9 to 11,
No,
back to
we
9
look
to
at
11. Choose
stability.
one and stay there, because it's actually is more important to be stable
Yeah.
than the actual number. Speaking of numbers, salinity.
Yeah.
What's our target for salinity?
I strive for 1.025.
Yeah, or 35 ppt.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Well, unless I know some people out there are going to say, well, I keep my tank at 37. Or I keep my tank at this. We're talking about for newbies here.
Yeah.
These questions are people that are asking us because they don't know. And I think safe to say, yes, 37, 27 would go well if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a specific need for it. Testing phosphates and nitrates, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you got it. That's part of the holy grail of testing. in my opinion.
Exactly. I mean, one thing is, I think alkalinity, ammonium nitrate, and nitrates are great for keeping fish. That's the basic stuff. But I think that phosphate and nitrates are the things that you test every day.
Yeah.
To make sure that everything is that they have such influence on coral coloration, but also on algae,
Yeah.
good and bad algae.
Yeah.
Optimal reef temperature.
Yeah. I shoot for 79.
Yeah, but you are in Louisiana and you have AC all
Yes,
the time.
it's true.
Yeah, see, I'm in Chicago where in the summer it can get really hot, then you have a nice spring, fall, and then the winter can get cold. So I can tell you, my tank can go from 78 in the winter because I keep it that way, but I can easily go to 80 if I don't have the AC on.
Ah.
So, but yeah, I think for me, 78, 77,
Stability. though.
stability, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You don't want to have these rapid fluctuations happening.
Yes, I think that's the most important thing is whatever you choose, whether it's 77, 78, 79, is just keep it stable. Notice though, I did have one time where I tried to bring my temperature down a little bit lower to 77, and I noticed that my anemones didn't like it.
Ah.
So there's certain organisms that just don't like the cold, that cold, or maybe don't like the hot.
Yeah.
So you kind of, at the end of the day, read your tank.
Yeah.
Look at your system, look at your things. Are they happy? Are they not? And then you go from there. pH target.
Yeah, this is
Oh
a
my
number
God.
one. Are you number chasing?
Yes.
You know?
How many times do we get on support? I get people, it's like, I'm using a calc reactor, or I'm using a CO2 scrubber, but my pH is not going up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not a number chaser.
Right. I'm saying.
I've never been a number chaser. You know, when I was using a calcium reactor, my pH could be down to 7.7.
Yeah.
But my corals were still growing. And then I switched to 2-part, and now my pH is up to 8.4.
Yeah.
You know, so, and they still grow.
Yeah.
Stability.
That's it. At the end of the day, it's stability.
What do you keep yours at?
I'm at 8.3.
Huh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good. ICP testing, worth it or not?
Yeah, it's worth it. It's just another tool. Another tool at our disposal to see what's going on inside our aquarium.
It's like taking a blood test
Yeah.
of your aquarium to see what things are, what you're deficient on, or what your aquarium is deficient, or you got too much of.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's those hidden things that you can't, it's like people say, oh, my alkalinity is perfect, my magnesium and my calcium are perfect, and my corals are dying.
Yeah, well, what else is behind the scenes?
Exactly.
You know, fluoride is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, vanadium is another one, fluoride is one, iron, iodine. I know you dose a lot of iodine, or was it
Iodine and iron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those are things that you can't measure with the test kit. I mean, it's very hard. So I think that an ICP test will make it worth. Now,
agree.
do you think you should do a weekly ICP test?
I think monthly is good.
Yeah.
You can get it can be a little pricey for the higher end one that gives you the full picture. But if you can do one once a month, I think it's pretty good.
And I think it's worth it because, I mean, let me tell you. I mean, you know this. Coral frags. They're not $25.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to find out what's happening to your, thousands of dollars of
Yeah,
frags,
of livestock.
trust me, is that
Yeah.
ICP test
And,
no
and keep
brainer.
in mind with the Fauna after like 5 tests, the AI kicks in.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about algae now. Brown diatoms, normal in new tanks or a sign of trouble?
It's normal, unfortunately, Carlos.
Yeah. I like when you call it. You call it the uglies.
It is. It's the battle of the uglies.
Yes.
Every new tank gets them. So
Every new tank, no matter if you could be 20 years in the hobby, you could be 30 years in the hobby. When you start a new tank, you have to go through the uglies.
Yep.
You have to go through the uglies. Okay, green hair algae, manual remover or nutrient reduction?
probably both.
Yeah, both.
Yep.
Definitely both. I mean, and I would even throw in there also cleanup crew.
Sure.
So
Yep.
yeah.
A nice cleanup crew.
Yes.
Snails, hermits.
Yes. Cyanobacteria. It's a quick fix, or don't worry about it, it'll fade away.
You almost need a quick fix on a cyano.
Yeah, but I think if you go into the uglies,
Yeah, you're gonna battle through it.
you're gonna battle through it. I
It
mean,
can be some nasty stuff.
yeah, I mean, if you're going through the uglies, it could be some nasty, and you just kind of have to push through it and be patient and hold back. But I mean, you could do stuff. You can siphon it. The thing about it is that if you see cyanobacteria, don't do a water change because that actually makes it worse.
Okay.
It's kind of hard, kind of hard to do. But I think it's just kind of battle through it. You're right. Cleanup crew, enough to handle algae, or do you still need chemical help?
You could still need chemical help, but
Yeah.
both is, I think, starting with a good cleanup crew is imperative.
I think so too. I mean, I think you can. The chemical help for me is a last resort, and you have to be very careful to make sure that doesn't have an algae cyanide, because if it does, yes, it's going to take care of it. But then remember, your corals also are, there's a part of them that's plant-based, so then you will also have to deal with that because the corals have algae inside. Bubble algae, elimination now or monitor it?
I'd say a good emerald crab and cleanup crew to get after it.
I say so. Do you know one time I had visitors coming over to the house and I was battling bubble algae, and I had corals, really pretty fish, and somebody came into the house and looked at the tank. Oh my God, your tank looks amazing. I love that green bubble. It's so good looking. And I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So it was just a funny story. So that was a set of questions that we had from our social media, our support portal, and we thought, it's like, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
I think it's a quick way to kind of get information out there. And please, if you have any questions or if you have more questions like this, keep them coming. Send them over to us. We're not gonna, trust me, we won't wait until the next show. We will reply and help you out.
Yeah.
So you head on over to support.coralvue.com, or you can send an email to support@coralvue.com. We also have a Facebook group. It's CoralVue Cares. So you can go in there and ask questions. And it's a thriving community, and they're all willing to help you. It's where the hobbyists help fellow hobbyists. Dave, it's so strange to have you next to me. Usually we're on the camera, right? And I'm wearing my beanie because it's cold.
We have to do this more often.
I know we do. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time.